goddamn thing. Okay. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Yeah, I'm not sure what you were. Yeah, go on, do it. I mean, you should use the right plane. Go on. Yeah, because of the fact that they can't be on the same. Yeah. Yeah. Which is essentially a similar or the same rule as the fact that they can't go on into cardinals and cardinals. Like, it can't cross over. Yeah, okay, I got what you were saying then. Okay, got it. The thing that was, like, thing I was trying to figure out was, whether there was a rule to how far they could, rotate, because, at first I thought they always just did 90 degrees, but they were able to, well, it could, is it 180 really? Because the furthest we've seen in Savage at least was 135. Thing is, right? The one constant we know about is that they take 8 seconds from when they start moving to when they land in their position. So that's what made me think theoretically you should be able to tell by the speed. Although I've started to think that it's probably best not to try and predict and more to
react.
Just to react, sort of, I guess, at least until you get used to it a bit more. It's the first two that's important, and then the second two you're literally just going to whichever spot the first two didn't go to, so it's a bit easier, in my opinion. But yeah, so far it seems like, because like it will completely debate you and make you think that it's gonna only go 90 degrees and then it will continue going to 135. That one is a bit, so like the ads phase is a little bit I feel like has less for us to actually orchestrate apart from the priority system. Like it's a lot more it's a bit more constrained, if that makes sense. Like we kind of just need to do what the mechanics tell us to do almost. Whereas Rearing Rampage we have a bit more control over how that is resolved. Okay, Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think that everyone else just stays in the center and turns away from the petrify. The person who is going to laser the ad moves towards where the ad is. Or I guess technically you kind of want to be ready to move towards the ad and then turn around, turn back. Anyways, I'm sure everyone will find a method. Alright, we have everyone. Alright, so I am playing Ninja. Ninja. Alright, let me start streaming. Alright, cool. Let's do it. Okay.
If only there were people in this party who could repair for you. Shame there's not.
Recording has begun.
Live log is active as well, by the way.
Thank you. The live log up. Okay, so Ruka, how much do you know about the beginning of P8?
Not a lot.
Not a lot?
Most
Okay.
about Pop 3.
Okay, easy. Alright, well, I think we'll just start off, just going in. The one thing we'll talk about beforehand is, the first mechanic and spread positions. So before we put waymarks down, let me just quickly... So, basically, there's going to be a spread mechanic and a pair stack mechanic. For the spread mechanic, we're doing something similar to, you remember Poly 4? Which is with dark spheres, where we all have to go to different squares.
Yeah.
So we're doing identical positions where, like for instance, H1 is here and here, D1 is here and here. You remember this one? And then so you will be in this square or this square. This is because there'll be a phoenix or a dragon mechanic, just like the normal, so you'll either have to spread to an outside or an inside square. So the inside square for you will be delta, the outside one will be 1. Yeah, so it's just the same. So the other thing is that, so there's 2 different variants. So there's Octo Flare, which is just everyone spreads, and there's Tetra Flare, which is pair stacks. And so the way that we're doing the pair stacks is just the DPS the tank or healer rotates is it counterclockwise?
To the right.
Yeah, to the right. So counterclockwise to stack with your DPS. The reason being that the safe spot there won't be a safe spot on the cardinals, it'll be on the inter-cardinals. So we're having the tanks healers stack with the DPS effectively. So basically, your stacking position, Ruka, will be just basically on 1, but like on the inside of 1. It depends on where the safe square is. Now that's all that shit. We'll just get started because the rest you kind of just need to see and figure out.
Yep.
All right, cool. Anything else before we start? Also food check. Turn down the music. That's good. Story check. And we'll talk about rearing rampage when we get there. I think. Because it'll be better to do it when Ruka actually has an idea of what we're doing, so that when we can explain it just to everyone at the same time, if that makes sense. Can't say I'm going to be ready soon.
Alright.
No.
Open for Prog.
That joke is so... Oh my god.
It's not good.
Feels good to be playing this game like on my computer and not with
Drastic turn
Yeah.
the dark depths of this prison.
There's a nightmare.
Is it Zone Dark EX that you were doing there?
No, just normal.
Yeah, I
I
don't
think
think
God
that'll
it
do
was. We waited 4.5 hours in line and then had a legally blind guy in the group
Wow.
who'd never played the game before.
So this will be spreads. So you want to head to your clock position at this stage, and you have to watch these volcanic torches and figure out where the safe spot is to see where they are not closing. And then it's going to be outside.
Out of my sight.
Outside.
Play Viper.
Okay, Buster.
Behold the fruits of
Reforged Reflection.
sacrifice.
So now he'll choose a certain form. Out. He's going to do a giant circle AoE that'll be his entire hitbox. Now everyone will go on to their... Well, basically this will just be ads phase, so...
You
for
are
where they
prey
spawn.
to be consumed.
So far, I believe they've always spawned on intercardinals. Which is interesting. This one will be 1 and 2, probably. Yep. Just look away from the Petrify.
Oh. Ah.
Sorry.
Petrify got me.
So you-
I looked away and thought I looked away.
Well, I got my Petrify off. Somehow still.
Yeah, and also there's a raid wide at the end of this, which essentially just means everyone needs to be healed up. Okay, so we'll just talk about that real quick. So just seeing that Ruka, did that sort of make sense to you, what was going on?
Sure.
Yeah, so basically, we need to kill those ads because after three seconds after they cast their Petrify, they'll cast Gorgonea or something like
Do
that.
we attack them to kill them?
No.
No.
So that's the way that we do it is that we need to petrify them. So 4 players in total will have a timed conal petrify that will go off once the timer elapses. And this is separated into role groups. So the first set will be either DPS or tank healer, and the second set will be either DPS or tank healer. Like it's definitely split into that. So one thing that you may have noticed is that there's a debuff with a 1 or a 2 on it, and that's literally just if you have a 1, you're targeting the first set of ads. If you have a 2, you're targeting the second set of ads.
Okay.
So there will be 2 players with a it's called an Eye of the Gorgon, or we'll call it an Eye, and that's the Conal AoE, and there will be 2 players with a Blood of the Gorgon. I don't think did we see it just then?
No, no one's went off.
No. So basically, just when it goes off, it goes off 3 seconds after the eyes go off, and it will do a circle AoE around the player and also do like 40k damage to them. And the way that we kill the ads is we petrify the ads and then we put the bloods on top of the ads to kill them. It's kind of like the P5 turning the crystals into poison with
Yeah.
an extra step. So the idea is that first set, the first 2 eyes petrify their ads, then the first 2 bloods stand on them, kill them, and then the second set will do the same thing but with the other set of ads. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, why don't we just face it like intercardinally out of the arena?
Remember, it's
So,
not
like-
always going to be on the Cardinals. It's not always on it.
Yeah, so you basically you stay in the middle, look towards where it's spawning, look away from it, then run out, petrify it, and then the bloods will want to be standing behind you, and the bloods will want to move in front of you and onto the ad once the petrify's gone out.
Yeah.
So so basically there's 3 seconds between when the ad does its petrify and when it casts Gorgonea or whatever. And then there's 3 seconds after you petrify the ad until the blood goes off. So you'll want to at a certain point we can probably do this quite in the middle because the range of the petrify is quite big. But basically petrify it and then move back into the center so you don't get hit by the blood. Mhm. Yeah. So, when the first petrifies come out, the first ads petrify, that is when the second set of ads will spawn. And from the time they spawn, and when I say spawn, I mean when in their burrowed form, where they're circling around the arena, that takes 8 seconds for them to get to their position, like every single time. So you will have basically like 3 seconds, you'll stun the ad, you'll put the poison on, and then you'll have like 3 to 5 seconds to dodge the second petrify. So I think there's enough time that you can easily just do your thing and then dodge the second petrify. What was the other thing? Yes, so the other thing is that because there's not really a discernible way to predict who is getting, like, what curse voice or, not curse voice, what eye or blood we have to have a system that dictates who takes which ad, because there's one of two ads, and it's essentially kind of like, do you remember the puddles from P5? It's going to be similar-ish to that. So what we have is, we have a priority system. I'll do it for DPS first. So this is for ad positioning. So basically, if you're D1, your priority is going to be A. If there is an ad on A, that's the one you take. If you're D2, then you have a priority towards A. But if you were with D3, then you would go closer to A. Well, yeah, basically. So D1 would go to A, and if it was D1 and D2 were together, then D1 would go to the one on A, and D2 would go to the one on C. Is this making sense so far? And then it's the same thing for tanks and healers, just MT or
It's like,
T.
the hit pistol stuff.
It's like what, sorry?
Just, P4. So, like...
Oh, yeah, Act 2.
The fight, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Act 2, essentially, yes, correct. Yeah, so you're basically just trying to figure out, like, if I'm D1, I know that no matter what, I'm going to the one that is closest to A. If I'm D4, so it's easier for you, Ruka, you're going to the one that is closest to 4, always. Whereas D2 and D3, it's going to be different based on who you're with. So they're the adjustment classes. I don't think there's anything else that needs to be mentioned, apart from the fact that I was looking, and the ads can definitely rotate more than 90 degrees. They can rotate 135. Cherry thinks they can rotate up to 180. But basically, we're not always going to be able to predict exactly where they will finish. So mostly focus on where they are just finishing instead of just predicting it, I think.
Is the duration that it takes from when they spawn to when they come from the middle of the bus to when they spawn the exact same?
Yeah,
Every time...
So then you can just count, essentially, in your head.
Every time I have seen them, they have taken 8 seconds. Because the way that it works on FF logs is that they finish on FF logs, it snapshots them in the position they're going to end in, and then they just do an 8-second petrification cast, which is them moving, which is kind of weird. But
yeah,
basically...
So really, if you're quick, you could see when they spawn and just start counting to 8, and when it's almost 8,
yes.
wherever they roughly are is where they're going to spawn.
Exactly, yeah, that's correct. But yeah, so it can go... So I think everything I've seen so far, it always spawns on an intercardinal, which is a bit weird. And then it can either go to a cardinal or an intercardinal from there. And the thing you know about the ads is that the ads can never... If the ads go onto intercardinals, like the first two, they can never go onto cardinals. They never mix. They're always either on cardinals or intercardinals. Alright, that's a whole bunch of information. I think we just go again. Any questions about how the first bit is working? Should we talk about the easiest way to do the volcanic torches, which is the one that Dan had?
I feel like that would be good.
Yeah. So, Ruka, how much of volcanic torches did you understand? Which is where they were tracing blue lines around us, and it would hit every square where the square got enclosed.
Sense.
That makes sense. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So basically, the way that Dan was saying we should do it is you stand on your marker, because your safe square, there's always, out of these 4 squares, right? This is your quadrant. There's always going to be one safe square. It'll never be the corner. We've noticed this. This corner will never be safe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either going to be here, here, or here. If the edges of this...
I understand. It's usually 2 tiles that are ever safe, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, there's 4 tiles.
There's always 4.
There's always
Yeah,
4. So, yeah, 2 tiles and, 4 squares, and sometimes they're rectangles. Well, most of the time they're rectangles. But either way, for you, you'll either be going here, here, or here, based on whether, if this one doesn't get enclosed, then you know that's the safe square.
Yeah.
If both this and this get enclosed, then it's the middle. Yeah, so we got Octo Flare. If it's Tetra Flare, you literally just stack either inside for the dragon or outside for the phoenix. Oh, other way around, sorry. Inside for the Phoenix, outside for the Dragon. And I'm just going to be calling in or out. Oh, well, I think Rory will be, but...
It's the same as the normal version. This line here is the sincerity line.
Yeah, the black square.
So you literally just need to be on either side of this.
Yeah. So before we start again, everyone just familiarize yourself with what your priority is. So, like, if you're H1, know that if you're with Rory, you're closer to A. If you're with anyone else, you're closer to 4. But we'll get used to it as we go along.
Is the spreads for Octaflare the same, like just
Yes.
basic spread? Or
Oh, no. So it's technically our inter-cardinal spreads. So for you, Zurian, it's bottom right of 4 and bottom left of 4.
okay.
So second row, first and second columns.
Yeah.
Wait, is that
Or like
right?
on the left of
No.
A from where we're looking.
Second row, first and second columns. Yeah, okay. Yeah, left of A, basically. Bottom left of A. So everyone knows their spread positions? Alright,
Yeah.
perfect. I'll check.
Unless mine have changed since last time.
Which is the same.
Be a very
Now let's do it.
silly thing to do.
Alright.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Rest
Oh, shit.
eternal
I
in
did not
the
mean to do
dark
that. Sorry.
depths of this prison.
No. Just
Grab you.
fucking hell. I accidentally pressed F. Just my
I'll press.
spreads. So here we typically go on the intercardinal markers, wait for volcanic torches.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
It's in.
Inside.
And seek
Spreads.
sorrow into your heart.
I don't have swift.
Check.
What about that part?
Tank
Just
buster.
hard craft.
I take it back. I think those two are-
I know.
Oh no, I just.
No, don't take it back. You still have a thing.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Alright, so here we just move
I've got
to our
6
spread
seconds
positions. Pop your knockbacks.
You will know my rage.
Here's a rearing rampage. So this is the other possible mechanic. So hit, 2, 3, 4.
Who praying before a
Maybe,
god?
should we talk about that mechanic, or do we want to focus on doing the other one first?
That one only works if you're all alive.
Yeah. But the basics of it is, at least for the first part of it, we stand on our markers, pop our knockback so that we don't get knocked back when he transforms, and then we are waiting. He will do raid wides, and with each raid wide, he will also target 2 random people with an uplift, which will give them earth vulnerability. This will happen 4 times, which means everyone will be hit by uplift, so everyone will have an earth vulnerability. This is essentially a Theoro Necrosis from P6. Remember how it's like with different timers, everyone had to bait something differently, which was the predations. It's kind of the same thing, similar. But yeah, we'll talk more about it when we see it properly.
Yeah, it'd be like hugging the one corner.
Yeah. Then it's on this side. Yeah. Roughly, I think it's
Smaller.
slightly smaller. So like if it's here, it'll probably go to about here ish. Flame Viper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's roughly the size of a waymark, maybe a little bigger.
Yeah.
Width rather. Alright, cool.
Yep.
By the way, we've only seen one mechanic beyond the adds or uplifts, so
Yeah.
nearly
You
up to
need-
what we're up to.
You 100% need everyone alive to make it through all of those.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
if you have one person dead when the rear rampages are going off, someone will get double hit by uplift and it's instant death.
Yeah.
Whereas if you have someone down when the Gorgons come out, there will be a AoE and or a petrify missing.
Yeah, so for uplift, what we're doing is, do you remember P4 with the towers, the 8 towers, and
Yeah.
everyone gets hit? It's that, but with just 4 instead,
Yeah.
and you've got pair stacks.
Mhm.
Yeah, perfect. Alright, let's do it. I'll check. Alright, let go. Well, it's a combination of like lots of different shit we've seen. It's interesting.
All new to me.
Oh, I
Rest
fucking did it
eternal
again.
in
What
the
the hell?
dark depths of this prison.
Alright.
Sorry. Spreads again.
Sear flesh from bone.
Just stack on each cardinal markers so you can see where the safe spots are.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
Gonna be outside. We gotta wait until the volcanic torches go up, and then we can move to spots. Okay, tank buster. Thank you.
Gotta wait for this. I don't know where circle.
Maybe for that one it's easier to just run back here.
Yeah, I should have.
Yeah,
Body.
Behold the fruits
Okay,
of
so here
sacrifice.
we all just move to our spread positions. Pop your knockbacks. They'll be in the
You will know my rage.
raid wide. We need to admit this as well. This does a lot of damage. So here we stay on our markers. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fools praying before a
So I would be
god.
1 there, normally. Which would mean that I would want to go in. There we go, there's the Stomp Dead. There's the next one.
Jeez, that does 2 million damage.
I think you might have had Earthbomb though. Yeah. Yeah.
Earthfall and probably no time.
Yeah. So we saw all 4 of them there at least. So this has a bit of limit cut in it as well. So now that we've seen essentially all of it, let's just quickly talk about how we're going to be resolving it. So I will stream real quick, just so I can quickly go over this. If you didn't look at the strat I posted, we will go over it. We won't spend too much time though, so this should be alright. Okay. Everyone please watch my stream. Where is it? This one. Okay. You can have a see how many people are watching. Top right.
It's everywhere.
Everyone's watching now? Okay, anyways. So yeah, so first thing we do, like I said, we all just go to our markers. So we're going to be doing the same thing no matter which configuration it is, just so that it's people can't accidentally mess up. In both cases, whether it's ads or whether it's rearing rampage, we're just going to go to our markers and pop our knockbacks until we find out that we need knockbacks later. But just so you know how this works, if you don't have your knockback, you need to be essentially on an intercardinal, because if you're on a cardinal, the knockback is too far and you'll get pushed into the wall. So you need to be close next to the boss and get knocked back into a corner in order to survive the knockback. So yeah, pop knockbacks, and then there'll, as we saw, a series of raid wides, which is during Rampage, and uplifts will happen. Uplifts are those two giant stone pillars. They'll happen on 2 people each time. It essentially creates pairs. So from what we've seen so far, I don't think there's any discernible like rolls or anything like that. So it's just going to be random. So everyone will be hit by one. We'll be counting to 4, and everyone needs to remember what number they were hit on. The next thing we will do is the boss will start casting Stomp Dead, which the first cast will take 6 seconds. So that gives us 6 seconds from when the last uplift goes off to when the first Stomp Dead is happening. So the way we're doing this is everyone, except for the ones, is going to be moving inside the hitbox of the boss, because Stomp Dead will target the furthest player away. So everything we've seen so far tells us that this is a pair stack mechanic. So the ones are going to be moving to the outside of the 1 marker, and this will make them the furthest person away. And at that point, we're essentially doing this a little bit like Limit Cut. The difference between this and like the Hantheos Karma from P2 is that we can't stand behind the other person, because this also does a big AoE that is roughly the circumference of one of these squares. The white squares, I believe. So we stack up, take the first one, and then... so the thing here that we need to remember is that the people who are 2 are actually going to need to pre-position, because essentially... once the first cast goes off, you have 2.3 seconds to get into position before the next cast will go off. So the first one is 6 seconds for everyone to move, then it's 2.3, 2.3, 2.3, until the last Stomp Dead. So the 2s will essentially go to the inside of 3, so that they're not the furthest away, but they are ready to move to the outside of 3. So then the boss will jump and land on 1, and as soon as you see the boss move, the 2s can move out to 3, and then they will be the furthest away. And we also want the people inside to be positioned so that they can move into their spot as soon as they need to. But the only other thing is that 3s and 4s actually have a lot more time to move into position, because if you're a 3 and a 4, you can literally move out as soon as 1 gets hit. So instead of having 2.3 seconds, you have like 4.6, because it's going to be 2 jumps, essentially, you have to move. So yeah, 1s move out, 2s move out, and then literally 3s just move out once 1s get hit, and then 4s move out when 2s get hit. Does that all make sense so far?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, perfect. So yeah, 3s and 4s, you can just go out once the person on your side gets hit. So it's literally just odds go to 1, evens go to 3. Okay, perfect. If anyone has any questions, make sure you ask. Otherwise,
I have a question.
Yep.
When we're doing the knockback immunity, which I will get used to remembering, if people feel inclined to call it out, which you have done, if you felt inclined to call it out a little earlier, that would be awesome. I know it's on me, but it would be. I've mistimed it both times, so if you prompt me, I probably only need a couple more runs to remember.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to do it on everyone this time, aren't we? Really?
I think we're just going to do it no matter. Well,
everyone.
I mean,
well, we don't know if we're going to.
We'll see how we go. Yeah.
Everybody pet the carbuncle a lot.
No.
Carbuncle's not here. Alright, I think that's
It's
good.
really a carbuncle right here.
Oh, that carbuncle. That's a good one.
Jurian gets it.
No! I will not pre-pull this time. Keep doing this so weird. Alright, countdown when you're ready.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Green white. So this is going to be pair stacks. So tanks will really stack with your DPS pair. Remember to move for the volcanic flares first.
Leave naught but ash in your way.
It's going to be out. Just say yes.
Out of my sight.
Nice, good job. Coming back in, tank buster.
That's gonna be fucked up. I shook, but okay.
Behold the fruits
Okay,
of
so now
sacrifice.
onto your markers. Don't need, well, you would knock back now, but this one's not going to be a knockback, it's just out. Okay, adds. Okay, look at your debuffs. DPS first. So first thing you want to do is look away from where the ads are spawning. Look at who you're partnered with as well. I'm with Dan, so look away. Okay. There we go. Got my ad. Ah, damn it.
We don't.
Got it.
Crazy, sorry, Cherry.
Try and see if you can go a bit longer. So the next thing, he will spawn 4 copies of himself at each of the cardinals. Never mind.
Totally.
Yeah, so really, either phase change there, we have to have everybody alive when we get 16.
Yeah. So I did manage to kill my ad though with the poison.
Yeah, I just think because I think Commander would have gotten the other poison.
Yeah. True.
It's a shame it doesn't jump to somebody else.
Yeah. Double poison. So who had the other gaze? Wait, Commander would have had the other gaze. Oh, did you?
I had Gaze.
You had gaze, okay.
Yeah, so I hit the one that was on B, but there was no poison on it.
But wouldn't based on the priority, wouldn't you be A and Ruka would be B? It doesn't really matter in this case. I'm just sort of.
Oh, I to be honest, I heard you shout out something about you were with Dan, so I was like, oh, then I guess I'm. Yeah, I don't know. I got confused.
Sorry, I saw that wrong. I think. Mhm. I think it's completely random. It's so yeah. So there's this. That sounds. I think
you can
to
look
be
yourself,
honest,
though. I think everyone
yeah.
needs to look for themselves.
I don't think we can do calls for this at all because it's just going to confuse people. I think we just need to let everyone figure it out on themselves. Otherwise, yeah, I reckon. Alright, let's give it another go. Any questions? Anything? Any comments?
It is difficult to look which way marker you've got to go to if you're looking away from the ads.
Yeah,
I've noticed.
That's kind of why it's like good to be able to predict where they're going to end up.
Good check.
The other thing is that if they're going anti-clockwise, I feel like they've always started anti-clockwise. I could be wrong about that. If they're going counterclockwise, if your priority is to A, you know that your one is the one that is the one that is closer to A even before it's spun around. So you can almost like follow that one. So the other thing is that you only actually have to turn away once the ad gets to its location and pops up. So you can track it, figure out where it's going, look away, and go to it. We'll figure out the best way to do it. Count 10 whenever you're ready. Doctor's hate.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Wait, why? Trophy. Stacks. Oh, roll stacks. Pair stacks, sorry. That's the word.
Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your wake.
Inside.
Let sink sorrow into your heart.
Nice. Tank buster. Show the pain.
Back.
Okay, everyone move to your spread positions. Also, if you're on D, you might want to be careful because you need to be on the outside of D or you'll be hit by the circle. Yeah, I reckon that's better. Up your knockbacks.
You will know my rage.
Now everyone stay on your markers. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Move, praying before a
So now we would all move in, and ones would go outside of 1. 2s would be ready to move outside of 3. 2s would move out, 3s move out, etc. Also,
I'm never
Yeah, sorry,
sure
go
which one it's gonna be, so I always forget to hear.
am I wrong? Am I wrong that there's a chain sound when he does? Is there a chain sound for both of them?
Yeah, his the chain on his arm comes off and becomes whatever.
Oh, okay, so that.
it is.
So I can call what will I call it? Beast or ads? Like what would you call the big boy?
The big boy.
Stomp. Stomp or
Please
ads.
call it as big boy instead.
There's too many Brutus. Yeah,
An
I'm
absolute
I'm
chunk.
just gonna go bio as well. Right back.
Yeah, the issue is I don't play with sound, so saying this sound
Yeah, I
means
know.
nothing to me.
Hey, Rory and Snar, with the on that last mechanic when we're getting our boulder allocation, and with regards to the keeping health, are we? If I'm standing on my marker, am I too far away to get heals? Should I be at the boss's hitbox, or
Where's your marker? 4?
so I'm at 4, so I'm away. Obviously, if I'm on my marker, I'm not.
You'll be fine for me.
Is that for Gorgons? Oh, not for Gorgons, sorry, for Stomps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be fine because I'm moving into the middle to try and put out as much mitigation.
Okay.
as I can.
So why would I have
Yeah.
died, say, in that one when I was on number 3 and I died when I got number 6?
Good chance you were hit twice. Both tanks were dead.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. I didn't notice that I was hit twice. Okay, but all good.
Yeah.
That would be.
Both the phase changes. If not everybody is alive, it's almost just worth the
I could've got it, yeah,
it's not we can't succeed.
Nah, that makes sense. Cool. I just wanted to make sure. I glanced and I thought that we were staying at the marker, not necessarily. But,
Okay, I'm back. So did we decide? Are we actually going to call it Big Boy?
Yeah.
Big Boy or ads?
It's important to note that boy is spelled B-O-I.
Yeah, Big B-O-I. Boy!
I might try no temperance for the raid raid.
For the opener, yeah.
So
Save
I-
your temperance there.
I reckon we temperance for Big Boy maybe.
I might just pop out some extra healing for the raid raid.
Also, and also think Lily Bell for Big Boy as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know which one it is.
It's
I
alright,
keep
it's alright.
forgetting to heal.
It takes me a little while to register. One thing I look at is his arm, because if his arm is that big snaky boy, I know it's the other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he turns into like a big horse, doesn't he?
Yeah. he
Yeah,
gets
that's
4
probably
legs.
a bit of a visual cue for me.
Yeah, yeah. I do that, so let me also explain. Not everyone's here, but I'll just explain it anyways. So we also looked at the VOD. Just so do people remember the Phoenix and Dragon thing at the very end, where there's like 4 of them? So that mechanic is basically it's exactly what you think it is for the most part. It's literally just Dragon and Phoenix together. If it's a Dragon from B to D, obviously you can't be in the center. And if it's a Phoenix from A to C, then above A, or the outside of A, is the only safe spot, and below C.
Yeah, this little square that we're in here. The
Yeah.
square.
Basically, it will create... I believe it always just has 4 safe squares. Could be wrong about that.
4? We only have.
It's
We
only
should only have 2.
4. Well, 4 is in like 4 of these white squares.
Oh, I'm talking about the black squares because that's what they're based on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually in that case, it's 2. That's a good point.
But there's probably situations where it could be 4. So say if it's double dragon, there would be
Yeah.
4 safe squares, and if it's double phoenix, there would only be 1 safe square.
Yeah, if it's double Phoenix, just the center. So the other thing that's happening, we haven't fully figured out it yet, but our best theory is that the boss targets the top enmity target with an
Single
AoE.
flare.
Yes, a single flare. That's right. It was just called flare, and it gives a magic phone. Was it magic phone up? I believe. And then a few seconds after that, the boss will cast a spell called Nest of Vipers, I believe. And we think it's like Coherence in P2, which is where you need to have the tank stack at the front and then everyone else stacks behind the tank. And we share the damage together, but the tank takes most of it. The reason being that we calculated that without the Magic Vuln up debuff, it did 400k damage, which if you split between 7 people was like 51k each. Alright, Rick is back. All is forgiven?
All.
You're
Very
giving me too much
presumptuous.
power now.
Yeah.
That's right, I let baby Hitler live.
Oh,
Go back into my time machine.
Alright, Kenzo, I'm gonna be ready.
Oh no.
Alright.
Playthrough?
Yeah. Alright, let's do this.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Very wide. Spreads.
Sear flesh from bone.
A little bit of dodge from volcanic torches before your spread.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
Inside.
Let seep sorrow into your heart.
Damn.
Oh, wrong.
It's been a long day.
Too many damn lines in this arena.
Behold the
There are 2
fruits
markers.
of sacrifice.
I don't have a lot of health.
Pop knockbacks. Big boy.
You will know my rage.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Praying
So
before
ones
a
would go
god.
stand outside 1, 2s would stay on the inside of 3. You know what we should do? If we're just limping through that part, we should just have two people stack up. Yeah,
I
exactly.
was literally thinking the same thing, just as a proof of concept.
Yeah.
To see if the damage is reduced at all, because we know it does about 2 million with the uplift debuff by yourself.
But you'd have to gamble that the people that still live and stack, neither of them have the Earthbomb.
Well, you can also reverse engineer. You can take the amount that it increased the damage by, so we can negate the.
Yeah, we just want to see if there's like any kind of damage reduction with 2 people there at all.
Yeah, just to confirm, because we're like 95% sure that it's that, but you know.
I'm going to swap it. We're just going to need an S. Stable thing.
Oh shit, sorry, man. Defaulted to cancel.
Wow. Doctors hate him.
He is little.
Doctors hate everyone.
Doctors in.
Except me, Doctor.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
She just works with tools.
Yeah.
But this is. She's probably just trying to show off
Red.
after I told her about my 4 kidneys.
Just trying to just get some free
Fear
kidneys.
flesh from bone.
Alright. This is spreads. Just
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
outside.
Out of my sight.
Yeah, you gotta wait. I can't really call like. I gotta call it beforehand. So people know. Joe's gonna die. No, it's in like he.
Do about it?
It's that thing where he just dies. Watch.
Behold the
Yeah, you
fruits
can't-
of
Oh god,
my
sorry.
It's that annoying thing. Alright, markers on your markers. Outside. Ads. Alright, cool. So getting ready to dodge. Look at your debuffs first. Look at who your partner is, so find who's got poison or thingy in your roll group. Alright. This is going to be either 1-4 or AD. So that was actually a... Oh no, I just...
Oh, I went out
So no, that would have been 1-2 or AB was the 2 possibilities there.
So when you said I was your partner, didn't you have poison, Pem?
Didn't you also have poison?
Yeah, so I'm misunderstanding
Sorry,
what you
when
mean
I
by
say partner... Okay, so let me explain what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Technically, I don't even need to think about that, but what I mean is that, like, you know when we're looking at the A to 4 thing and you're trying to figure out...
as to decide who's going which way.
Yeah,
Right.
so like...
I think you mean partner as in
Yeah,
me and
sorry.
you are going to be dealing with the same snake.
That-
and I'm like,
that does-
well, you're not petrifying it, so why would
No,
I...
no.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
So yeah, I can use a different word, but my logic is that you would need to look to see who you're with to know whether you're going to A-most or foremost. In that case,
Yeah.
you're going to foremost with anyone else you are A-most.
too long a word, but you're calling out that I was your counterpart.
Counterpart.
As far as-
Yeah.
Because when I was thinking partner, like as in we're doing something together, but we weren't
Yes.
doing something together.
So-
we were,
So
yeah, okay.
this only matters for the people who are adjusters. So this is
have
for
to go adjust, yeah.
OT, H1, and D2, D3. You need to look to see who in your role group has the same role as you, or what do you call it? Like who has blood and who has eye. If you have blood, look for blood. And figure out.
Oh, you can keep calling it that way now that I know what you meant. It's just
Yeah,
that when
yeah.
it was the first time I heard myself being called in relation to partner, and I thought that meant we were
Well, I don't actually even need
working
to
on the
think
same
about
snake, but yeah.
because I'm always going to A most.
Yes,
but
true.
yeah, that's just what I'm just sort of saying. Like, this is a thing to think about in preparation. Cool.
I should be like if I have blood, I should be looking for who has.
You're looking for the tank or
FFI?
healer that also has blood.
Okay.
So yeah, so let's you have blood. You see that Cherry has blood as well.
Yeah.
He's OT, so he's going A most. You're going foremost. Or the easier way to do it is that you know that with Rory you are A most. With anyone else you are foremost.
So I would have been 2 then.
I believe so. Yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think that was
No,
yeah,
we were 4 and 3 that time. Weren't
4
we?
and 3. Yeah. So you would have been 3. No, 4.
So I,
4.
But there was,
was
1 at 1 and 2, and there was nothing at 3 and 4.
because the second round was 3 and 4. So you were
I keep
poisoned
forgetting
with-
about the. Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
poisoned with Cherry, which means that you were poison bursting the one on 4. I
Yeah.
was petrifying the one on 4. Cherry and Zurian were petrifying, poisoning the one on 3.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about the first round, second round thing.
It's alright. Yeah, it's fine. We're just working our way through it. It'll just take us some time to master everything. I think essentially everyone's stack in the middle unless you're going out to petrify or poison and add. Is probably
You
the
can
way to do
probably,
it.
like, maybe for the time being, we can do it from the waymarks, right? Like, that seems to be
Literally run next to it, correct?
Yeah.
I think it's safer to do it that way. And try to do it so it's just facing outside of the arena. Don't stand behind and facing inwards. Alright. Anything else? Story check. Make sure it's good to go. Alright, that's good.
One.
It's a kiss, or is it a hug? I can never remember which is which.
I think I was a hug because it's like being in love.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Pretty wide.
It's a fairly hard hitting raid one.
Pair stacks.
Sear flesh
There it is.
from bone.
We've reduced the amount of mitigation that we're using on it, so
Yeah. No.
Leave naught but ash in your
Going to
way.
be in.
Let seep sorrow into your heart.
we've got Cherry.
Sorry? Oh, crap. this
This is going to be ugly.
Yeah, just invulns. Actually, yeah, no, I think it's best to invuln, stay alive as long as you can. Oh,
Ooh.
Okay,
should we just
Cherry
wait?
again?
This is
because we're gonna just die on the next mechanic.
Okay.
Behold
Yeah.
the
I
fruits
think
of
we know how to
sacrifice.
do it.
We know, yeah, we don't need to see anything else. We need to get everyone there with everyone alive. We'll just chain pull, yeah?
I have one very quick question.
Oh, yep,
Zurian,
hold on.
when we're your preferred stack spot, because I feel like sometimes I'm not quite following you. When we want to stack, if we're inside, you're running back to the top. Is that right?
Oh, I'm only running back there after it's gone off.
No, but when we've got a stack, so after the volcano, and then we've got a stack or spread.
Oh yeah, we can sit on the corner of 4 or whatever.
Oh, no, I don't mind. I'll follow you. You do whatever you need to do. I just sort of a couple of times I felt I got lost from you. That's all.
I
That's how
typically
rules
do
count.
this or this. These are my two positions. This if it's in, this if it's out. And everyone has a similar thing. But it also depends on where the volcanic torch say square is. Cards ready, check.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's good to start from the corners for this.
Yeah, I'll just stay corner for that.
Yeah, because even... yeah. We'll see.
It's all good. Did I count down? No, I didn't.
I mean, maybe it's pretty generous stack radius anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter too much.
It's like,
I don't know.
it's not huge, but it's not
Not
tiny.
huge.
Yeah. From what I've seen.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Reds.
Sear flesh from bone.
It's a late ceremony.
Leave naught but ash in your
It's going
way.
to be in.
Inside.
So was it stuck?
Spread.
Sink sorrow into your heart.
Tank Buster.
Up. I will live on forever.
Behold
Chewwy.
the fruits of
Wouldn't
sacrifice.
be too hard to recover in time, at least. Big boy.
So I think probably the easiest way, the easiest tell visually, if it's gonna be the big boy or Gorgons, is you can look at his arm. If that changes, you know it's Gorgon. If you look, and if it's his legs changing, you know it's the big
Yeah.
fella.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the best way to
Sorry,
do
what?
this.
The big boy?
So if
Yeah.
it's a big boy, his legs will start changing.
Yeah.
If it's Gorgon, his arm will start changing.
Just personally, like, if I'm distracted looking at abilities and shit, as soon as he floats into the air, I just push knockback regardless.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's not a bad idea, honestly, until we know. And I don't think we've seen anything so far within, what is it, 120? Is it 2 minutes? Yeah, 2 minutes that needs it yet.
Yeah, and our assumption is after the other...
It would only be if the
Yeah.
alternate one followed up afterwards and we'd wasted the knockback. You know what
Yeah.
I
We're
mean?
like, we're about,
we haven't.
like, 90% sure there's a mechanic after we finish one of these,
Yeah,
and then the alternate one will happen after that.
yeah, we think
But that would
that's
be enough time.
probably it.
More than enough time.
I think so, yeah. So just be outside of his hitbox and pop your knockback. Because those are the two things that will kill you.
Yeah.
Alright.
What if I be inside his hitbox for fun?
Then you will die.
Then
I don't know. Afterlife.
Just imagine Ms. Tech talking in your ear, or you will die.
Or you will die.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Pair stacks.
Sear flesh from bone.
This is going to be pair stacks.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
It's going to be outside.
Wait.
Just
Out of my sight.
Buster.
Yeah, we can do it now.
Potentially recover this fast enough.
red and down.
Behold the fruits of
Waymarks.
sacrifice.
So you waymarks and knockback is what you do. And as soon as you hear that chain is when you can knock back.
You
Yeah,
will
that works.
know my
Red
rage.
white, so Lily and so 1, 2, 3, or
Who's praying before a god?
Oh god, I have no idea what I was.
I got 2, so
it's the one. So
Oh,
what? They lived, did they?
that did barely any damage.
Yeah.
To them, but they did get a fizz bomb, which means it was.
Yeah, you can't say more than one.
Well,
Alright, cool.
it
It
hits
did
you.
64,000 to me.
So it did 118,000 to me on my own, which tells me that if you half that, I'll live. Yeah. So we kind of would. Yeah. So I ran to 1, he jumped to me, then he jumped back to you guys. So this should. We're seeing that this should work in concept.
gives you a lot of time.
Yeah. So you have 6 seconds on the first cast, then you've got 2.3 between each subsequent jump. So it's a GCD, roughly.
Someone tell me what number I am until I get healing back down.
9.
I can call it for you. I can tell you what you because you're
9.
next to me.
Thank you.
Zdurian, I feel like you left me, survived on tank privilege, and I died because you weren't stacking with me. Did I? Is that kind of maybe right? I don't know.
Do we have to stack through that whole mechanic?
Tetraflare.
The stack is after. Remember, the stack or spread happens after your your safe quadrant. Yeah.
It happens at the same time as the Phoenix or Dragon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been
That's what I'm saying, because you sort of seem to run off as if you're moving on to something else.
And
I've been trying to follow you or hold back, and then sometimes I can't follow you because you're into a dangerous spot.
Yeah,
but you survive, but then I don't. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Okay, cool. We got
reached
there.
an understanding. Just watch it all the time.
I thought maybe it was because I was wearing pink. I don't know.
You've got like a little bit less than a GCD to move to your stack or spread after the volcanic torches.
I thought it was the other way around for some reason.
It's alright, it's understandable confusion.
I wear pink and everyone follows me around. Get on my level.
I keep mistaking you for Commander. Damn. Why did you guys wear the same
Rest
shirt?
eternal in the dark
Ooh.
depths of this.
Do you need a Benny?
It's the most serious form of flattery.
No, look in.
Hair stacks?
Died.
Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your
gonna be
wake.
Hair
And
stacks.
sink sorrow into your heart.
Good job, guys. Tank Buster. Clean. You can move to your markers now. Cool.
Oh, well, it's switched
I'll
back
get
to
you.
me. But I only
Behold
showed.
the fruits of sacrifice.
You just need to taunt before the next auto attack. You've got a fair amount of time. Wait until after the next animation.
It's knockback.
Knockbacks.
You will know my rage.
1, 2, 3. You're 3 snarl.
Yep.
4.
Who
So now I'm
praying
1,
before
so
a
I'm moving
god?
outside of 1.
I was going 2.
2's get ready to move out. 2's move out. Took 61k. Okay.
Oh, I should have been at 3.
Oh, keep going. Just see how long we can live for.
I don't think anyone came out with me with 2.
I was 2, but I also died to control.
Alright.
if I grab Rupert,
Yeah,
Well,
get
we
Ruku
can
first.
do some more
So
resin.
now creations are going to spawn at Cardinals. We need to see
Leave
which
naught
what
Oh,
but
no,
the
ash
this
safe
is
in
spots
different.
are.
your wake.
This is different. Is it?
Oh, no, it's the same. It's the same.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
the
it's the
same.
same.
So it's going to be the
Left and right. B and
B and D, left and right, B and D,
I got the
and
flash.
it's the black lines as well. So what was
What
the next
mechanic?
one? Double dragon. So this is corners. And another volcanic torches.
I'm going
and a nest
there.
of vipers.
Ooh.
Oh, what the hell?
There's gonna be one safe corner. Corner
it would
of
have been
3.
3.
God. Okay, that's good. We got to see a little bit more. So did we learn anything more about Nest of Vipers there? What happened when?
I think was there two? Did it hit both tanks?
I feel like I got hit by 2 flares there.
Oh, could it be both tanks get hit by? Wait, so when you say 2 flares, you mean the thing that gives magic bomb?
No. Well, I think Rory's saying that. I think I
Yeah.
saw 2 lines shoot from the boss, the Nest of Vipers.
Let's have a look at the VOD real quick, just to verify. Just look at Cherry's VOD.
And they definitely occur flares, then Vipers.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, the video's private. I can't look at it. Rip. Yeah, it's alright.
you made
We'll
it
just
private.
alright, well, let's let's just stack in light parties in the safe spots and see what happens. Yeah.
Okay, how do we determine
and the
who's going
tanks
where?
don't be in the light parties, I think. If there was 2 flares, then you would think it would go on. Wait, if it hit Rory, was there was 1 tank alive there? Yeah.
No, 2.
But were
I
they
think
second enmity?
Cherry died to the Nest of Vipers.
Huh. All right, maybe do we want to just keep going on the earlier mechanics?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we spend too much time we want to get everyone there with everyone alive to get a full picture of it, I think. Right. The Nest of Vipers. So maybe the flare works differently then. Maybe it makes more sense that the Vipers goes on tanks. And Rory somehow took both flares, possibly.
Which
I
is
may have
different
been
than last time.
but I may have been clipped by a flare or something like that. You know, I took damage from 2 flares because I saw flare come up twice.
Right.
But that's a good thing, because last time, when we did this we only saw 1 flare. We didn't even know there was going to be more than 1.
We didn't even know there was another Viper. We only saw 1 flare and 1 Viper.
I mean, it does actually make sense that there's 2, because that's how the normal Viper works.
Yeah. Alright, let's do it.
If there's 8 flares in this hellfight, it's just a massive heal attack.
But it's the flare gives you magic vulnerability down, which means you can't take the Vipers. So I would think that
Rest eternal in
wouldn't
the
stack
dark
for it. I think it's
depths
the
of
And you definitely couldn't take more than 1 flare.
Yeah. Spreads.
sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your
It's going to
wake.
be inside and spreads.
Let seep sorrow into your heart.
Killed by.
You got hit by the
went out
volcanic.
early.
Yeah, the volcanic torch.
I don't understand.
You need to wait for the volcanic torches to go up first.
Behold the fruits
Yeah,
of
the blue
sacrifice.
thing.
You moved into it, yeah.
Pop knockback. We're always popping.
You will know my
Alright,
rage.
just on markers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you would be 4 this.
Praying before a god.
But I got hit on 1.
No, you got hit on 4.
Oh.
So for the reason why, huh?
Doing my head in, because I thought that spot was going to be safe from volcanic ashes, and it wasn't.
Yeah, because so this one got enclosed, this one got enclosed, so the only safe spot was this one, right? The inner one. So we needed to wait in here and then move out to our spread positions, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, no stress.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Reds.
Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your wake.
It's going to be spreads outside. Spreads
Out
outside.
of my sight.
Tank Buster. Tank. Going back now. Okay, perfect.
Behold the fruits
Yes,
of
on your markers.
sacrifice.
And just, once you hear the chain, pop your knockbacks. Be outside of the hitbox.
I'm gonna die.
That's great. So here we all want to come in. Okay, check your debuffs.
Pray to be
Thanks for healers on one.
Yep. So when he's hitting me round, that's when he's spawning the ads.
Oh, I didn't reach it, right? Oh, I did.
Go, it's fine.
Killed mine, but died to the devil.
I think this might. Oh no, this is just the Ray White.
Ouch.
So let's just see this just so we can make sure that. I mean, we're pretty sure what all the top things are.
Leave naught but ash in your
So is it
wake.
always the top? Is it always the A and B one?
No.
No, it's the south.
But I think we've seen now it's never
So-
going to be a double on the first.
So north-south is the same spots here. And then the next one is just corners. Yeah, it just repeats it. So it's gonna be
Oh, no.
It would've been
corner
one.
of
Four.
top northwest.
I wonder how much time we get to figure that one out.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah,
It's
just-
a pretty reasonable amount of time. I mean, it's the same. It's the same. Theoretically, it's the same amount of time as the first volcanic torches.
I think you just want to stack in the center there so that you can go to any corner.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so it's two sets. Maybe it like swaps or some shit. Thanks, Az. Alright. Oh yeah, I'm getting low on food. Okay, let's go.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Breads.
Oh, yeah, spreads.
Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your wake.
It's gonna be inside spreads.
Let seep sorrow into your heart.
Ooh. It's just there's no way we can make that.
God, that's so brutal that we need everyone to live through like the first mechanic in order to keep progressing.
I mean, it's an 8 fight, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
A medal.
Chain pull.
Yep. I can't remember what just happened.
Go in the center of your square.
High spreads.
Rest eternal in the dark.
That's not even a fucking early pull. What the fuck? I keep on taking an auto.
Spreads. I think just need to pull early.
Sear flesh from bone.
Oh yeah.
This is going to be spreads.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
It's going to be outside. Spreads.
Out of my sight.
Take poster. You can only move to your spread positions. Once you hear the chain, pop your knockback. Don't be inside the hitbox.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Pop your knockback. Cherry.
Cherry.
Right.
DPS first.
You are prey to be consumed.
What's the second one? Oh, I guess we can.
Oh yeah, this isn't even. This is weird.
Hey Ruka, we comboed correctly.
I know, I'm so proud of us.
I think I petrified some by something else, but that's alright.
Do we just read? We've pretty much seen everything we can see. We're just a tank alive at this point, right?
Yeah. I reckon.
Yeah, so the way we do that is just always be on your marker or even outside your marker, because A, B, C, D will be hit from the center, and pop knockback. If you do both of those, no matter what happens, you'll be fine.
Did we put the markers a little further back then? Or does it not matter?
Nah,
We could, but I don't know how that's going to affect other mechanics, is the only thing.
If you've got the boss selected, you'll just see a giant red ring. Just press
Yeah.
it.
Basically, I think, like, these white lines, you just need to be outside of them. If you're on the line, you'll be hit, I'm pretty sure. But if you're outside of it, you'll be fine. But that's only for Cardinals, because reasons. Yes, exactly. That's a good way to say it.
What are they?
The triangle goes in the square hole.
I love that video so much.
Oh, I hate it.
Oh, I just love it.
What is that video? Is that...
You're just watching somebody
Democracy.
being tormented in the most amazing way.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Oh man, I'm not gonna be able to sleep now. I'm gonna be thinking about that video.
just watch it.
It really entertains me.
Spreads.
Oh, I'll be watching it.
Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your
It's
wake.
going to be spreads outside.
Out of my sight!
Oh, that outside, I can fucking help.
Left, right, outside. Take this up. Okay, onto your markers.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice!
Got the knockbacks. Don't be in.
Cherry.
I can cut Cherry.
You
DPS.
are afraid to be
First.
consumed!
I got group 2 again.
Ooh, they're going clockwise. Okay, interesting.
Okay.
Oh no, fuck me. Oh, we
One
still
thing
got it.
for one thing you can also do is if you're looking towards the first set of ads, you'll never be hit by the second set of ads petrification. Because they'll never spawn there.
I don't know what I keep doing wrong.
What happened?
I don't know.
I don't. Wait.
I can't make it through either of those mechanics, and I don't know why.
I mean, there's always someone dead, and we don't have a perfect. Like, if we don't have everyone alive.
There's a fair chance that some of them are beyond your control.
Yeah, exactly.
So what I noticed then for me is that time I was poisoned and I ran in the line of the person who was petrifying the one I was going to, as opposed to... So people who... When I've done it, the 2 times I've done it successfully, I've happened to be the petrifier, and then someone's gotten poisoned. That time when I was the poison, so are people holding back? Are they giving it a bit of space and heading in the direction of the snake? What's the timing like?
So, what I would do, personally, is I figure out which one I'm poisoning, and then I can literally just go and stand behind the person who's petrifying.
Right.
And then, once they're done, I can just run past them and onto the ad. Yeah.
There's enough
But you have-
time for you to
You have
run
3
from
seconds.
them to the snake.
So,
So between petrification and poisoning, there's 3 seconds. Oh,
3
that's
seconds.
okay. That's quite a bit of time. Okay, more.
yeah,
than
it's not too bad.
It's not. Yeah. Okay. So I didn't need to head through. So cool.
Yeah, I just... while we've got time now, I'm going to have a look at the log for the ones where we had Nest of Vipers with multiple people. Logs.
Whilst
So it was-
we're waiting on Cherry, I'm going to turn my heat off as well.
231, I think. So wipe 11, I assume, is the right one. That's it. Okay. So, Scorched Pinion and Scorched Fang, I assume, is from the Phoenix and thingy. Then Hematheos' Flare was prepared on Cherry. And yeah, so Rory, you got hit by 2 flares. You were right about that.
But I don't think both of them were on you.
No. Hang on, this is kind of confusing. Because so Cherry was targeted with a flare. This was Hephaestus 5. Then there was one targeted, it looks like on Snar. It looks like it was targeted on the healers, maybe. Sorry.
I mean, if
Yeah, I died that pull, even though I thought I was safe, and I wasn't sure if it was a snapshot or something else going on.
Oh no, we're talking about one of the older pools.
Yeah,
now.
the one
Yeah,
where we...
not like when they not pull.
Yeah,
When Pem said get to B and I got to B and I still died.
Yeah, you died to a flare. Because I think you and Rory were both on top of each other, I assume.
Okay.
And both got hit by each other's flares, is what I
That
deduced
makes
from
sense.
this. So, but I don't know how it's targeting yet, unless it was something to do with the fact that you were healing and tanks weren't top in aggro or something. Because healing will get your enmity way up.
Wait, you think the healers got flares because they
Maybe.
fired?
That's
They can't have flare. The tanks can't have the flares because they will then get hit by.
oh yeah,
The snakes.
no, that's true. If we think
So
that the
it
snakes
could
are
literally
targeted,
just be a tanks and healer thing then.
it could be the healers go out and then everyone else stacks with the tank. Yeah, that's possible. We'll try that then. It does 400k damage though. Weird. Hang on. You took 1.6. You took 1.26 million. Zurian took 38,000.
Which one was this?
It's a big disparity.
Well, it's because
It's
Cherry
the
had
bomb.
a magic bomb.
The bombs are basically just there to make sure that you cannot choose anything at all. So like, that's the kind of damage difference that will kill you even through like an LB3 tank LB3 for example.
So I'm just waiting on Dan.
Oh no, I'm here.
Oh, you're here? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Nah, just leave it stranded.
Yeah.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of his
The most
prison.
important thing.
Very fair. No, it's the full sentence, Cherry.
It's hard. It's, yeah. Sometimes it's hard to say no, but sometimes you just need to pair stacks.
Unironically, one of my favorite things to say to someone.
Sear flesh from
I like
bone.
that. That's cool.
I mean, it's good.
And you say
Good
that.
thing.
I have been telling you to say that's offensive.
Leave naught but ash in
Pair
your
stacks
wake.
inside. Oh, yeah. Inside.
Ah, you piece
Sorrow
of
into your heart.
garbage.
I was right. I got baited.
I was gonna say for a second, I was like, oh, hold on. Are we?
No, I was just slow walking across the line once it didn't fall. That was just dumb. It's just dumb.
Then people were dead, so we got hit by 2.
Oh, it jumps.
Yeah, that just always targets 4 people.
I'm Terry. We were standing in the wrong spot. We were meant to be on the outside edge. We were on the inside.
Huh? No, it was.
That was Phoenix.
It was north.
You should have been here.
We died to the volcano.
No, you're talking about the
okay.
vote. That was the inside. That was inside
Yeah,
of 3
we
and
were in
2
the
and
wrong spot.
outside of 4.
Alright.
Instead of doing all this, we just reached a peaceful accord with Hephaestus.
With Hephaestus, yeah.
No, I want to kill him. I want his gear.
No, you can
I
just
want-
give it to me.
Well, he
Can't we like?
peacefully
But we
get back
should.
his mount.
Snarl, we should dissect him for science. Look at him. He's a chimera.
No, that's horrifying.
That's
Pam.
Jeffrey Dahmer sort of behavior.
That's no good.
We should keep his head.
Rest
And
eternal in the dark
reasons.
depths of his
Seen
prison.
some things that I don't know what's that, but no.
No, not in this case.
There are birds, technically.
Pair stacks.
I mean, technically, they're
Sear
there.
flesh from bone.
Phoenixes.
Phonics.
Phoenix,
I'm a chicken.
you are.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
Pair stacks outside.
Out of my sight.
Don't move.
Cluster.
Yeah, there is that sweet spot. Yeah.
Oh, good job. Yeah.
Okay, community markers.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Thanks.
Okay. DPS first.
You are prey to be consumed.
Try and put it in the one closest to you.
What?
What happened?
That sounded
Don't need to know when you're coming, dude.
Yeah, please mute yourself, Cherry. We've talked about this.
Oh my god.
Don't need to know the details.
Nobody should be whining with something.
Anyway,
Anyone need to discuss anything that happened there?
I don't know how I got petrified. I
I'm
was
assuming you
looking
got
away
hit by
from
someone
them.
else. Oh wait, no, you
they-
got.
It went off on the first pair before people started petrifying, so...
Yeah, so you just. That's just literally
I
just about.
fucking...
I don't know. It's
I
just.
don't know. I looked,
Try
I
to
looked-
face the opposite direction, pretty much, yeah.
I petrified B, was that correct? Did I petrify the wrong one?
Who was the other person with gaze?
I have no idea.
I petrified D.
I petrified C.
So it was.
On one, I petrified D, and I'm assuming Dan petrified B.
I petrified.
I
No,
was
it was.
puddle to see.
That was C and D.
There for the
Oh, C and D, sorry, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Me and Cherry were poisoning.
Oh right, gotcha.
The issue is I know who is petrifying and I know who is poisoning, but I don't know who my partner is.
Well, your partner is the other tank healer. So I think you did the right one because Zirian.
How do I know?
So Zirian was your partner.
But I fucked up.
Because he had the gaze as well. He was the tank healer that also had the gaze, and he's closer to A, so he would do A, you would do B. So you did the right thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter who I'm poisoning with.
No, that doesn't
It
matter at
matters
all. You can
the
forget
other
about that.
person.
Yeah.
Who is petrifying. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Cool. Alright, I think we're getting there.
I do have a suggestion though for people who are petrifying. Instead of petrifying from like the dead center, it's much better for everyone and much safer if you go closer to the waymarker where your Gorgon
Yes.
is.
I did that
Yeah,
time, but
me too.
I mean, I don't know who my partner was, but yes, I was probably halfway towards it actually.
Yeah, I was on like the Mars.
Especially if you're the number one, like I think you've got more leeway to lead the way without there's less things have gone wrong
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, so like for B, for example, it's better to stand on 2 and look out from there.
Yeah.
You're just so much less likely to hit other people.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing I'll mention is that the easy way to avoid the second petrification is just look at the current set of ads.
Yeah.
Unless you're like someone who has to go petrify the second set, obviously. Yeah. Let's recheck. We haven't gotten fucking rearing rampage in a while.
And thank God for that.
I want to get it so we can practice it.
Now that I understand the mechanics, it's the one that World First people were like, if we get snakes,
Yeah.
our DPS is just significantly
That.
less because we have to like
Yeah.
focus so much more on that.
Az told me about that. He said that there's a 50-50 chance
Blessed
about whether your
turn.
Oh my
DPS
God.
gets fucked up.
Depths of this prison.
I knew about the 50-50. I didn't know what the fuck it meant.
Yeah, me neither.
My DPS is always bad. Get on my level.
Well, I'm literally basically stopping DPS whenever we get to mechanics pair stacks.
Sear
Yeah, we
flesh
don't need to
from
do
bone.
DPS right now. It's just good practice.
Oh, no DPS. Thank God.
You don't have to. It's good to know, like,
Leave naught but
keep up
ash
that
in
much
It's
your
going to be
wake.
pair stacks inside.
Let seep sorrow into your heart.
Sorry, Tam.
It's alright. We've kind of just need to go down to so,
And has been got. Thanks for that swift cast there. I really need that.
Behold the fruits of
Marcus.
sacrifice.
you knock back.
snakes.
Oh, run our snakes.
We are the ladders.
DPS first.
You are prey to be consumed.
No, they got that.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Oh, I fucking
No!
switched the other way and got stunned by the other one.
Okay, well, I stunned mine, so that's all that matters.
Come on.
Let me heal. Okay, thank you. I can grab Gary as
Man,
well.
let's just kill us. 50k. So this you can survive one of them. But you have to be
Yeah, but you get them. We already know that the DPS on this fight is extremely tight, even after the nerf.
Yeah, just wait. We pretty much know everything about the next few days. So.
Leave naught but ash in your wake.
Also, with the poison, we want to make sure everyone is nowhere near any of the ads unless you're a poison or you've just petrified it, so that you don't accidentally get overlapped by someone poisoning an ad.
So, should we just like run back into the center?
Yeah,
after
I think
the two?
go to the center unless you're doing a mechanic.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, that's roughly where I stand. If it was on C, I would go there and petrify it. Go. I'll check. That's it.
I successfully helped kill an ad.
Hell yeah, good job.
Call that a diversity ring.
Do it.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Spreads.
Sear flesh from bone. Leave naught but ash in your wake.
It's going to be spreads inside.
Let seep sorrow into your heart.
Last time.
Can I just get through?
I'm not sure.
Can't cast in Commander.
I've autoed, it's fine. Sorry.
New markets.
Behold the
So I've got
fruits of
gonna-
sacrifice.
New markets. Yeah. Nice.
And Nick.
And guys, coffee?
DPS
Can I get
first.
that?
You are prey to be consumed.
I think I'm.
No res on me, eh?
Alright. That was better. We killed more of them. 2, yeah. The first 2. Yeah, cool. Let's just keep trying.
Okay.
Jingle. We could probably actually also do 15-second timer if we want.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone has about that.
I do. You don't know my rotation.
I do.
Rest eternal in the dark depths of this prison.
Or do you?
Rotation.
Well, maybe I do it differently. Maybe I'm cool like that.
I mean, to be fair, some people do weird ones. Alright, pair stacks. Some of the freaking gunbreaker sometimes.
Sear flesh from bone.
Breaks fair. My mage has like 3 buttons. Can't vary it up that much.
Actually, I have 4 buttons.
Oh, wow.
Actually, Becky?
Leave naught but ash in your
Maybe pair
wake.
stacks inside.
Let seep sorrow into your heart.
I'll grab him.
Alright, markers.
Behold the fruits of sacrifice.
Drop your knockbacks.
You will know
Read
my
whites.
rage.
Gonna feint this. Read markers. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're 4 now.
Praying before a god.
So 1's out. 2's getting ready to move out. 2's out. 3's out. 4's out. Nice! Hell yeah! Good job, guys.
Glad too late. I was too late.
What is he doing? Why is he over there?
It's just phase
That's
change.
where he ended.
We'll reposition,
Move
don't
him!
worry.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's fine. He repositions. Just if that happens, just keep him where he is.
Leave naught but ash in your
So big
wake.
positions. Alright. So it's going to be outside of Alpha and Bravo. Come to outside of Alpha.
Oh, that was...
Oh, and spread?
Is it just a full? What? No, surely not.
It may just.
But then how? What? So the Nest of Vipers is just a tank buster then? Just a double tank buster. Okay, that's. We actually did theorize that it might be that.
How does that
Even.
work? Oh, like, okay.
So, but the tanks. Let's just quickly check that pool because this will let us confirm it. Let's see whether the tanks got a flare because they should not have gotten a flare there.
No, but they may have. Oh yeah, you can see whether it's prepared on.
Yeah, they may have got overlap. Let's have a look.
Oh, but if it was prepared on a tank, that changes things.
Yes,
But the
It means
thing
it's
is,
totally random who gets what.
but then
No.
it's probably just going to be like a spread
Yes.
mechanic anyway.
so did Zurian die?
Yeah,
to
I reckon that's what it is. I reckon
So
you
Zurian
spread
died
flares.
to the flare, and then Pacheri didn't. Wait, did Cherry die? No, wait.
So,
So-
if it's always Dragon Phoenix for the first combination, then that means that there's always 2 safe spots.
It's,
So
yeah. So it's either Alpha
Split life
outside of
values.
it's either East West or North South,
it's
effectively.
it'll be like party spreads within your safe square. So say if Charlie and Alpha are the safe squares, then we would need to like spread with me here and who's default Ruka? Ruka like
Yeah.
over here.
So okay. So we're essentially doing it kind of like P7 in terms of like where your spread position will be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
So wait, when you say, do you mean as in, or no, like, but boss center relative. So let's say we were if group 2 was over on like Bravo.
D1 here, D2. Well, this is if this is although the only thing about where these are positioned is it needs to be inside this box.
Yeah, sorry, I misplaced.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. So so D1 here, D2 here, D3 here, D4.
Are we doing full light parties or are we doing rolls?
I think light parties should work for this. Is there any reason
we need
why
it? Because if people are getting hit by flares and both healers are on the other side of the arena.
Yeah. Okay, so it's just spreads, and then hang on, I didn't actually figure out yet whether it went on tanks. 1 second, sorry. So the thing is that Dan took he might have just been in line with it. 9 Nest of Vipers was on Cherry, 10 was on Dan, 11 was on Zurian.
How many flares were there?
Hold on, let me look. I did think there was more than 2. Hang on, can you play it again? Don't stress. And then the Nest of Vipers. Oh, there are only 3 people alive. That's why it hit only 3 people. Well, the Nest of Vipers goes off after this, doesn't it? Goes off now.
After the flare.
Well, play again. Keep playing. Because I think Nest of Vipers is after this. Wait, what the hell? Why did you cut out, Cherry? Oh, it's back. Okay. Okay, can you show the Vipers? Yeah.
No, there's 3.
There's 3.
Look, one on you,
there's 3.
One on me, and whoever.
So this is fucking, what's it called? Death's Famine, a little bit, maybe. Do we think that?
I reckon 4 people get flares and 4 get Vipers.
Yeah, maybe.
And if you got a flare, then you won't get a Viper. I don't know. I think if we just spread.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Anything.
I think that's. Hang on, how many flares was there?
4.
There was 1, 12, and 20, 21, and 22. So there's 4. That confirms it. All right, so if it's 4 flares, 4 Vipers, and who was it? So let's see. Is it? So Zurian was targeted with 1. I don't know how to tell who actually targeted though. Actually, you can usually tell by the position in the replay. Although, just theoretically.
Last week. Because like we said last week,
maybe.
Enmity.
So Zurian
or
Rory.
Rolls.
Is it the first person on the list is the person who was targeted? Maybe. I don't know, but so theoretically, if that was true, Zurian, Rory, Snar, Cherry. So that's tank sealers. So I think it is roll based. So that case, that was tanks healers got flares, DPS got Nest of Vipers, but because everyone was dead, the tanks healers got it again. So I think that there's got to be a way where we can spread. Because Nest of Vipers, if we spread like this, it's going to 2 and 4. Oh, but Nest of Vipers happens after the Dragon or Phoenix.
So what if after Flare happens, everybody that was a Flare, like, goes middle or something, and then the other 4 go Cardinals or into Cardinals?
So I think so let's say tanks healers are getting hit with flares, DPS. So tanks healers are the letters, DPS are the numbers, and we're getting hit by Vipers. 2 and 1 would move around to the side, I think, right? Because they have the least distance to move. Well, you wait until you see who the flare is, and then if you don't get hit by a flare, you know you're going to get the Viper, so you move to the side. The melees move to the side, the range stay where they are, and it will just hit them. Is anyone not following what I'm sort of getting at? That's gonna be hard because, for one thing, where we're spreading to for the Phoenix and Dragon mechanic will change, and also I don't know how much time we have to get to back to our positions. So I'll just re-explain my theory. So let's say I'm DPS, I didn't get flare, Tank's heals got flares, Dan's on Dan's on 2. The Nest of Vipers is targeting us. So if I stay here, 3 is gonna get me and 3 are gonna get hit. So the melees just move around to the side like this, and then it hits the 3 and 4 and hits the 1 and 2 on the sides. Yeah, from everything we've seen so far. Yeah, so literally just melees just move to the side after the Dragon or Phoenix so that they aren't in line. Like, the range could do it, but they have to move further. The people who are inner don't have to move as much.
It's probably better if the range just doesn't move at all.
Yeah, I think the range should stay where they are, let the melees move to the side so that they don't align for the Nest of Vipers. Alright. Does everyone understand the strat then?
Not at all.
Okay. So you know the Dragon and Phoenix thing where they spawn 4 different copies of him at each cardinal?
Yes.
Yeah, so far, the way we've seen it, it's always just been a Dragon and a Phoenix together, and what that means is when a Dragon and a Phoenix are together, it will be... Hang on, I'm just going to use the waymarks for a sec. It'll always be here and here are safe, or here and here are safe. The 2 squares left and right of there, right?
Yeah.
Because that's just how the formation works. So, what also happens at the same time is that 4 people will be targeted with flares, and then the other 4, who weren't targeted with flares, will be targeted with a line AoE, right? So, the way we deal with it is everyone just goes to their pre-assigned spread position. So, if for you, Snar, you will be on 3, or you'll be in the back left corner of whatever safe spot you're in, right?
Who's generally on 1?
Pardon?
Who is generally on 1?
Generally, it will be Zurian.
Okay, so behind Zurian.
Yeah, you'll be behind Zurian. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. If you get targeted by a flare, you can just stay where you are. Actually, no, in both cases, you just stay where you are.
Okay.
So you just go to the back left corner of the safe bot and stay. If someone is a melee, they're at the front. If you don't get hit by a flare, you need to move out away from the center so that you don't overlap your line AoE with the ranged.
I'm wondering if it might actually still be safe. Like, if you were to stand here, you might not actually clip someone else.
If the range were here, and then the melees were further out. Yeah, possibly.
Like, if the ranges were in the... So if we are just purely going exactly off the black squares... I'm thinking that if the rangers stand... Or the melee stand, in the very, very corner...
Yep.
Then the other ones, we should be able to stand here.
Yeah, it won't
and not overlap the lines. I don't think they'll overlap, because they're coming from the dead center.
They come from the boss.
Yeah, but the boss should be the center in that moment, right? Because he centers himself.
Yep. Yeah, it's very big. So, I do think you would be safe if you were standing here.
Yeah. I mean, I think there might also be a situation where you might be safe.
Yeah, I think to start with, I think
the lines are not that big.
Yeah, I think until we get more information to start with, we'll just go on the markers, and the melees will move out, and then if we figure out that we can just have static positions, we'll just move to those. Does that make sense? So that we're just safe, basically.
Yep.
Alright, let me just go buy real quick. Oh, we'll re-instance, actually. Alright, let's jump out.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. One day, if I have the patience.
You really do need patience and money.
Mm-hmm. I've got them all to level 70, and then everything else that's like, fuck. So expensive.
Yeah.